On behalf of all assembled here today, I should now like to invite our newest alumnus, Dr. Afshin-Jam MacKay, to address Convocation.
Chancellor Cowan, President Chakma, Principal Rogers, distinguished members of the Platform Party, graduates, faculty and staff, family and friends. I spoke here many years ago to a group of bright, young leaders at Brescia University College, and I'm so happy to be back here and so deeply moved and honored to receive this award, this honorary degree. When I graduated with my bachelor's degree, my father, sitting right here, encouraged me every day after that to get my master's degree. And every day after my master's degree, he's been egging me on to get my doctorate degree. Well, this is an honorary doctorate of laws, so for one day at least, you can call me Dr. Afshin-Jam. Happy Father's Day, Baba. Isn't it funny how after 37 years, we still want to make our parents proud? I'm sure all of you here in the audience are feeling extremely proud, both graduates and parents and families. Some of you are feeling relieved, no more exams. Some of you feeling excitement and butterflies. And some of you are probably feeling a little bit nervous too about what's next. I was feeling all these things when I graduated. And I was also feeling a little bit disappointed the day of my graduation because I didn't know where my family was in the audience. So if there's anyone here that's sitting down that doesn't know where their families are, just take 10 seconds to locate them. That's my gift to you. Yes. All good? Yes, that's it. Give them a wave, blow them a kiss, whatever you like. If anybody here has seen the movie Inside and Out, this is definitely one of those core memories that you want to lock away. I love people, I love learning about people, and I think when learning about a person, what I most want to know is how they became successful, any kernels of advice or wisdom that they can share along the way, and most importantly, what made them happy and fulfilled. So I decided to ask these questions on your behalf, if you don't mind. First of all, how do you achieve success? Success comes only from doing what you love, what you're passionate about, what excites you. Making notes, doodling, Google searches, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you like, plodding and working diligently towards. For me, I was 7 or 8 years old, and it just took one visit to a soup kitchen in the downtown Vancouver East Side with my Sunday school class. We were handing out food for the day to the homeless. That planted a seed of compassion in me and made me want to help and serve others for the rest of my life. I had found my passion. It was the experience that sprouted into years of humanitarian work. And I'm sure all of you had an experience or something that sparked you to lead you down the road that you are here today and the reason why you chose your particular degree or thesis. But how does one recognize when they're living their passion? Living your passion, to me, is the feeling of excited motivation to get up every morning and the feeling of peaceful contentment, fulfillment at night when you go to bed. For me, in 2006, it was being a voice for the voiceless and obtaining justice for an Iranian girl that didn't have a chance. You already heard a bit of a snippet. Nazanin Afshin-Jam was a poor Kurdish girl living under the foothold of a father that was very abusive and preferred the sons of the family over the girls, living under a regime that's discriminatory against the women and treating them as second-class citizens. So her story was this. In 2005, she was 17 years old. She was in a park with her 15-year-old niece when 3 men attacked them and tried to rape them. Out of self-defense, she ended up stabbing one of the men who later died in hospital. But instead of being treated as a victim of attempted rape, she was tried as a first-rate criminal and sentenced to death by hanging. Why? Because under Iran's law, which is based on Sharia law, it stated that you would need 4 male witnesses to justify that such an act was taking place. Horrible injustice, I know. Because we share the same first name, somebody by accident ended up telling me on my website about this other girl. And what I had learned in doing my research later is that she was languishing in prison. She was being force-fed pills to keep her and other prisoners sedated. She was being tortured, put into solitary confinement for months on end. She was being beaten up by other prisoners. It was horrific. There was so much pressure on her that she even tried to take her life several times. I recalled my former days as a global youth educator with the Red Cross, and what we would teach in these workshops was, if not now, then you, if not now, then when, if not you, then who? So I internalized that. I said, if not now, then when? If I don't do something about it, who is going to? So I set my career on hold. At the time I was creating an album, a music album, and I started an international campaign to save her life. I learned that Iran was state party to the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights and the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which forbids the execution of anybody who's committed an offense before the age of 18. However, they say that Sharia law supersedes all international law, so we had to put on the pressure. Started with a petition. It grew to about 350,000 signatures, and that was the weight I needed to then approach government officials here in Canada, European members of parliament, then the United Nations. I had a direct meeting with Louise Arbour, who was the High Commissioner of Human Rights at the time, did speeches worldwide, did anything I could to get her story out. Media created a documentary so that people would know about her, people changed their Facebook pages to her profile, people got involved. It was a group effort. And because of all the international pressure, the head of judiciary in Iran was forced to give her a stay of execution and ordered a new trial. And in that new trial, she was exonerated of murder charges. Now, I'm skipping a lot of steps here. I'm not sparing you the details, but she was eventually freed from prison and reunited with her family. I wanted to share this story with you because it speaks to the power of the individual and how each and every one of us can make a huge difference in the life of another, potentially even saving a human life using our own talents and blessings. It further proved my belief in Margaret Mead's saying, which is, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can do to change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. And if I had listened to all those negative people that had said, it's an impossibility to go up against the Islamic Republic of Iran, it's an impossibility, why are you wasting your time? And if all those 350,000 people that had signed the petition had a defeatist attitude and said, my signature is not going to make a difference, who knows where Nazanin would be today? In 2008, my passion grew and transformed once again to try to seek justice for all children facing the death penalty. I learned that in Iran alone, there was 160 other children waiting on death row for crimes such as homosexuality, sex outside of marriage, drug trafficking, apostasy, murder. So I started Stop Child Executions organization to try to put an end to it. And in the process, we were able to save 6 lives and pressure for changes in policy. Years later, my passion grew and transformed again in seeking to gain freedom and democracy for the Iranian people, a dream that has yet to be realized. Like an ice climber, when we look up to the top of a summit, we might not see the summit right away, but it's only by taking step by step, chiseling our way to the top. Sometimes we might step a few steps back. Some days we get further ahead. Some days we fall. But it's only by taking those baby steps that we will one day reach the summit. And even if we don't, we have just paved the way or the road ahead for others to follow. Now, since having children, my passion lies with my immediate family. But in addition, we're trying to help other children and women through the Nazanin Foundation. We're at the very early stages, but I'm especially excited about opportunities to empower girls, lifting them out of a cycle of poverty and dependency, discrimination, and as a result, living and creating a more healthy, happy, equitable, and prosperous world. So back to the underlying question that what made me happy and successful? The answer is that my passion drove me to work hard, really hard, to be successful. And my passion drove me into the arms of the man I love, producing what has made me most happy, my 2 children, who I adore more than life itself. I met my husband in Parliament as a direct result of working on human rights issues, and I like to think that the very glorious and blessed byproduct of having my kids, Keon and Valencia, as a gift from God for all the time and service that I gave to others. Now, if you think I'm trying to encourage you all to get married and have children, no. Wait a minute. I'm just telling you how my steps have brought me to here, but you have a mission to accomplish. You have lots to accomplish before. So in your particular fields, you may not realize it yet, but your decision, your choice to take the initiative and earn this degree may have just changed someone's life in a very meaningful way. You shouldn't underestimate what kind of power you can have in influencing one person's life, a whole community, laws that affect a whole nation, or even ground-changing discoveries in health that can heal people around the world of disease. I know there's physiotherapy students in here. You will be easing people with chronic pain and disability. You will be, in essence, their savior. Health science students here, perhaps you'll be part of a team that will find a cure for cancer. Who knows? The leadership students here, perhaps among this group we have the next Prime Minister of Canada or the next Governor General of the United Nations. Whatever it is, find your passion. Not your parents' passion, but your own. Otherwise, you'll be unhappy and unfulfilled. And once you have your own dream, make it a goal. You are masters in a large part of your own destinies, and it's amazing. The more you give, the more you get back. You've heard it a million times before, but I'll say it again. Call it God, call it the universe, call it whatever you want. If you follow your passion, you will be living out your true calling, what you were meant to do, how you were meant to serve on this temporary planet we call Earth. So in conclusion, if I can share with you some of the kernels of wisdom I've learned along the way, listen to your heart. Follow your passion and live your dream. Dedicate yourself and work hard. Get your 10,000 hours. Give back. Go help others. Mentor and teach others. Inspire others. Follow your instinct. Follow that gut feeling. That will never lie to you. Shut out any negativity and those that say no and try to bring you down. And don't be afraid of failure or what other people think. Follow these things, and I promise you will persevere. You will be living out your passion, waking up every morning happy and excited, and going to bed at night in peace and feeling a sense of accomplishment and feeling fulfilled. What better feeling is there than that? Congratulations, graduates of 2016. You are all stars, burning balls of talent and energy. Star by star, you will connect with others and create bright, shining constellations, guiding and inspiring others in their own quest to find fulfillment and have their wishes and dreams come true. Thank you very much for this honor. I'm so honored.